Nuclear Puppies is a new card game that sprouted out of the minds of the 5 creative people. I am Joshua and I'm going to teach you how to play Nuclear Puppies. First off, Nuclear Puppies is a 2-player card game inspired from the very good card game, The Exploding Kittens. The premise behind the game is all about the war between the 2 dog rulers, Bemi and Chiba, racing their way to assembling the obliterating tool that will annihilate the other. Each player gets to stand to the different sides, and after this game, it is expected that one side shall take glory while the other fails miserably. There are 3 kinds of equipment needed to play Nuclear Puppies. Board. This is your play area. It has 2 opposite sides designated to each player, and the pile of cards is placed face down in the middle of the board, or in the logo. The 3 yellow areas in each sides are the areas for your drone keycards. The blue area on the left is the garbage, and the violet area on the right is the backup, which we'll talk about later. Cards. There are 4 kinds of cards in this game: goodies, traps, neutral cards, and the key cards. Goodies are labeled in green and they provide its player an advantage, while the red labeled traps are its opposite. In your backup, you'll have 6 goodies and 6 traps. Neutral cards are the cards labeled in white, and that is by default present in the pile, and there are 9 of these. Key cards are your winning cards present in your pile, and you must collect 3 of them in order to win. Before you start the game, both players must drop cards in the pile. They do that by selecting 3 goodies and traps in their backup. When you want to drop a goodie, you must take note of its tier. When the goodie has a tier of 1, you must drop a trap card of the same tier, and vice versa. After the dropping, the pile is then shuffled and the game begins. You must know first who will do an action. With this case, it is your preference, whether it may be coin toss or anything. Players get to draw 1 card on the pile per turn, and they can either use it or save it in their hand for the future use. You can only have 4 cards in your hand, but if you exceed, it goes directly face up to the garbage. When you use a card, resolve the action that is described in the text. Used card go face up to the garbage afterwards. Once you drew a trap card, use it immediately and end your turn. Once you drew a key card, it is immediately placed face up in the slots allotted to it. The game ends when the player got 3 key cards. The other rules that you must consider in this game are: you cannot use cards during opponent's turn. You can only use 1 card per turn. Thank you for listening.